What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to Schoolboy to Superstar with Borussia Dortmund. Today we have Leicester in the Champions League group stage. Leicester were the fourth seed team that we got in our group, so that's pretty unfortunate to get a Premier League team as your fourth pot team. So the other teams we got are Barcelona, because of course, and Rangers. So Rangers should be a comfortable victory. Barcelona, we've already lost to them at their place. We should have won the game. It should have been a draw. It was very even. I'll talk about that when we get there, though. First, we started with the Bayer Leverkusen match after we played Schalke. Another comfortable victory this time, 3-1. The league has gone fantastically well. We are 21 points for 21 points. We are looking very good. Again, Holland and Nnamdi Khan scoring against Bayer Leverkusen. Then we had a very rough start to the season, a very hard start to the season. Schalke, Leverkusen, Hertha, Augsburg, and then Barcelona. Like, all those teams in the Bundesliga are top 10 teams. And we had 4 of them in a row. So that was a pretty tough start. But so to do so well, I think is pretty impressive. Hertha, we beat them 2-0. Erling Haaland and Jadon Sancho scoring the goals. Then Augsburg, the most impressive one of them all, because Augsburg were third in the table at that point, and they're always like top 5 in the table every single year. For some reason, they're just a superstar team in the save. But we smashed them 5-0. And we were, 4-0 up at halftime? Yeah, 4-0 up at halftime. Kyle Jorge getting a brace, Erling Haaland getting a brace, and Jude Bellingham getting the other goal. Then the Barcelona match. This one was frustrating because it was very even, like ridiculously even. All the stats were like same. 18 shots, like 11 shots on target, 11 shots on target. It was very even. 4-2 kind of favors them a little bit because it wasn't a 4-2 match. We actually went 2-1 up. We actually went 1-0 up at first. Kyle Jorge scored in the 17th minute. And Ansu Fati scores almost in stoppage time of the first half. And then Erling Haaland in the 59th minute to give us the 2-1 lead. And then I decided to make a change that I shouldn't have made. Really, based on what we've seen from this team so far, was fine decision to make. Camavinga was on a yellow, hadn't played particularly well, and was tired. So I brought in Thomas Delaney, and he completely threw the game away for us. In the 75th minute, he was responsible for 2 goals. First one in the 75th minute, just gives the ball away in the midfield. They go down and score an easy goal. Tap in for Ansu Fati. I believe it was a save shot that fell right to Ansu Fati, and he had an open goal. I know it was a block shot that fell on Ansu Fati, and he had an open goal, but it came directly from a Thomas Delaney giveaway. And then in the 85th minute, Thomas Delaney, again, gives the ball away in the midfield. Very carelessly. Like, just an awful giveaway. They go down, score on a quick counterattack. Then I push everything forward. They score in the 92nd minute. That's just me pushing, trying to get a goal. It was 3-2 at the time. We needed a goal to bring it level. I felt like a draw was a fair result. I wanted to get that draw, so pushed everything forward, put on everyone on attacking, and they just hit us on the counter. Akamak scoring a goal. Very frustrating game. Very frustrating. Just Delaney. I don't think Delaney's seen the field since that match. I don't feel good about ever bringing him on now. After watching him do that in any sort of high pressure situation, I do not want Thomas Delaney on the pitch. His passing was absolutely horrid. And I told him after the game that his passing was absolutely horrid. And he agreed with me. Shows just how bad he was. After that, though, he continued doing well in the Bundesliga. 3-0 win against Nuremberg. They're not very good. I rotated a little bit. Nico came in. Chan came in. Nets and Calafiori at the fullback positions. Van Voort in goal. Cherky came in. Still started Moukoko and Holland up top. Moukoko is finally back. He came back for this Augsburg match, and he came on off the bench because Kyle Jorge played really well, got 2 goals. I started Kyle Jorge against Barcelona. He got a goal. So, yeah, I again brought Moukoko off the bench, but I decided I'd finally introduce him back in the starting lineup for this Nuremberg match, and he's played very well. Gets a goal, Holland with a brace. Our 2 strikers are just dominating again. Stuttgart beat them 5-1. Chan, Nianzou, Bellingham, Moukoko, and Cherky getting goals. Again, stayed a little bit of rotated because they're not very good. Pretty much the same squad that played in the last match. Jude Bellingham came in for Nico because Nico got an injury. But other than that, it was the same squad. Then played Frankfurt, who are doing pretty well. They were like 5th in the league when we played them. Beat them 1-0. It was very not good. We were the much better team. I'll say that. We had like 19 shots. But we were just not good at converting those shots into actual opportunities. Like, Mukoko was terrible until he got the 82nd minute assist. Erling Haaland was pretty terrible until he got the 82nd minute goal. We just didn't play well. Again, I had a little bit of rotation. The fullbacks were the backups. Berkey came back in, though. Chan started instead of Bellingham. Cherky started instead of Sancho. I want to do a little bit of rotation for this Leicester match, so we make sure we're fully fit for this Leicester match. So we've got a couple injuries. Nnamdi Collins is out with sprained knee ligaments. He's been out about a month. Dan Axel Zagadou has a pulled groin. He's out for a couple more days. So we are pretty hard hit at center back. So Papetti and Nyanzu are going to be our starters for this game. Akanji off the bench. But we also saw the end of the transfer window between last episode and now. We made one signing. Guy that I had my eye on earlier, but they finally came down in price a little bit on him. So I actually made the move. So coming in, let's go to transfer history, is Antoine Thomas for 20 million from Lyon. I was back and forth on this transfer. He's not amazing right now, but he's 17 years old. He's pretty recently turned 17 as well, so he's actually gone up to 2 stars since I brought him in. He's really developed since he's come in already. He was 1.5 stars when I first signed him, but he's just barely turned 17 years old. 5-star potential. Doesn't look ridiculous, but he's got ridiculous passing and teamwork, and good off the ball. Good leadership even. And he's solid physically. He's got solid technicals. I think he could be really good. He's got a long time to develop to become anywhere near the first team. But I think he's got some potential. So I think 20 million was probably okay value for him. I'm going to be training him on the right-hand side to play as an inverted winger. Yeah, definitely an inverted winger, not an inside forward. So he's going to learn that position, but I think he could be good for us. Antoine Thomas, name to keep an eye out for. He's even registered for the Champions League because we had so many under-21s players. We could register like all of our under-19s that weren't already under-21s players. So like all of our new under-19s players like Fumo, Antelek, Kilic, Mercier, Sebastian Gomez obviously gets registered. So we were able to register Antoine Thomas. We were able to register almost everyone. But there were no sales either, so that's the only transfer business we did at the end of the transfer window. It's bringing in Antoine Thomas. I'm okay with that signing. So now for this match against Leicester in the Champions League, Berkey starts in net. Meunier and Guerrero get their spots back at the fullback positions. Papetti and Nyanzu are starting center-back pairing. I think Nyanzu and Collins are going to be a starting center-back pairing going forward. Papetti has not been very good. He's had a few decent games, but he's been average at very best. His potential's gone down from 5 stars to 4 stars. He's not grown, like, at all while playing 57 appearances for the club. He's barely even grown up at a single attribute level. He's just not getting any better. And Nyanzu is. Like, he's definitely growing. Like, he's definitely much better than when we first signed him. He's really good ball player. Like, his dribbling, his first touch are all pretty good. He even has good crossing. He can be a fullback. But he's a very good center back. Again, I don't know how long-term his future is with this club. I'm hoping to get him on loan for another year next year. Obviously, he's got a long contract at Bayern, so they don't need to sell him. But I hope I can get him on another loan, and hopefully we can finish this series next season. So hopefully Nyanzu can be that guy. So I think I'm going to give him more game time than Papetti, because Petty's just not doing anything with it. Camavinga, of course, starts. Bellingham and Reina. Sancho. Bellingham's been great this year, by the way. He's really stepped up from a poor last season. He's really started this season off really well. 5 goals and 5 assists. Sancho starts. Haaland, Mukoko up top. Kyle Jorge on the bench. Cherky, Chan, Nico, who is back from his injury. Delaney, Nets, and Akanji. Delaney is like a last option. Like, I would rather bring in Emre Can to defensive midfield 100% of the time than bring in Thomas Delaney. I can even consider bringing our youngster, Eichinger, our young defensive midfielder, like 18 years old, 17 or 18 years old. I even considered starting him over Delaney on the bench, but Delaney, his attributes are still better than Eichinger's. He's got that veteran presence. He didn't show it against Barcelona, but I'm not going to completely drop Delaney. Not yet. If he does it again, then I will. But you deserve one poor game. I'll look past one poor game. But if it comes a trend, he is out. So let's get into this match. I'm going to say this is a great opportunity to show all the pundits they've been right to back you up. Usually gets a good result from the team. Everyone else is motivated, so I don't need to do any more individual talks. You've chosen to leave Ricardo Calafiori out of your starting 11 with his place going to somebody else. Are you therefore not quite as interested in this competition as you are some others? You're an idiot. We just don't have as many spots on the bench. That's why. That's literally the only reason why. I'd rather talk about the team that's out there. How much of a boost is Luke Thomas's absence to your chances of winning? He's made 8 appearances. He has played well. We shouldn't focus on individuals quite so much, if you ask me. More of a team game. We've got a strong team out there. Reyna's been fantastic. Mukoko's been good since coming back from his injury. Han's always amazing. Leicester are not in good form. Dak up top. They've got a strong squad, though. A lot of really good players in that squad. So they also lost to Rangers, so that's obviously not good. But they're still a good team. They're still one of the better Premier League teams, and we know the Premier League is ridiculous, so they should be pretty dang good. Ricardo Pereira starting at left back. He's a right back, isn't he? He is a right back. He only has a reasonable left foot, so they're starting him at left back. That's interesting. I guess Luke Thomas out, they must not have many other options. And it looks like we might get the first highlight. Haaland picking up the ball from a header on by Camavinga. Mukoko coming deep with it, back to Camavinga. Over the top for Bellingham, who's through on goal. He's been great in these situations this season, and he does it again. Jude Bellingham finds the back of the net. His 6th goal of the season. In comparison, I think Haaland has either 9 or 10. So, not a whole lot less than Erling Haaland. And Haaland has played every single match of the season so far. And he's one of the best players in the world. So, 6 goals from midfield for Bellingham is very impressive. It's good to see because he was just so disappointing last year. He scored a decent number of goals, but he didn't have a whole lot of assists. He was just good. He was okay for some matches, but he just was not consistent. And he's been consistent this season, so I'm very happy to see that. Reyna, always consistent. He puts a 7 in almost every single match he plays. And he scores a goal from his own half. That might be one of the contenders for goal of the season. I know it wasn't that impressive because he literally just picked up the ball and ran, but didn't even have to run around players, really. They had put a lot of players forward. All the fullbacks were forward. All the midfielders were forward. He just took the ball, and obviously Haaland and Mukoko kind of took control of the center backs, so they had no one to mark Gio Reyna, and he just ran into the box and placed it into the corner. So our midfielders is our 2 goal scorers this game. I would not have predicted that. Obviously I know they're good, but that might be a penalty, so it might be time for Haaland to get a goal. Haaland is our definite penalty taker. He missed not a single penalty last year. So I definitely want him to step up. I want as many goals as I can get here. This team has shown the ability to get complacent and let some games go. But they've been pretty good for the most part this season. They have awarded a penalty. Haaland will be the one to take it. He probably will be the one to score it too. Knowing his record, I'd be very surprised if he missed that. And he does not. It is 3-0 after 25 minutes to Borussia Dortmund. Maybe Leicester aren't quite as good as we gave them credit for. They were the 4th seed, but still, they're, a top 10 team in England? That's pretty dang good. This isn't France or Spain where, you're getting some average teams in the top 10. There's some of the best teams in the world in the top 10 in the Premier League. So, the fact we're doing this against a good Leicester team, it is at home, so we have that advantage, but still, I don't care about home field advantage that much. I don't think it makes that big of a difference. Not a 3-0 difference. And we're looking to attack again. Bellingham on the ball to Sancho, who I haven't really seen do much, but he's got a good rating so far. So apparently he's been playing all right in the highlights we don't see. Reyna again puts it just wide. Good chance there by Gio. He's been the man of the match again this game. It seems like it's an every game thing where Reyna or Haaland are the top average rating on the team. They're obviously the 2 best players in the team, so you kind of expect that. But yeah, their consistency is just amazing. Obviously, Haaland a little bit last year kind of lost it a little bit towards the end of the season, but for the most part, they're both very consistent. I'm going to say don't get complacent, though. I thought about saying good job, but this team could probably score. There's a lot more to come from you. There we go. We don't want to get complacent. We want to have a good lead here because we lost to Barcelona, so we need some goal difference. Goal difference could be very important towards the end of this season, or in this group stage. So, Sancho, calf strain, he's coming off. Cherki can come on. Cherki's played well. He's gotten a few little game times, and he's played well with it, so happy to see that from Rayan Cherki. Demir wasn't impressive last season. Cherki did alright with the game time he's given. Papetti, maybe I don't drop him. He has been a pretty consistent goal scorer from set pieces. He is our leading set piece goal scorer. And he gets another one here. Good header just over the top of the goalkeeper. That's 4-0. Camavinga, oh my gosh, what do we're not going to throw away a 4-0, right? I could bring Delaney into this situation. Camavinga tired on a yellow. He's played really well, which he has been all season. But Delaney's going to come in. If he screws up our goal difference, I will be upset, but this is his chance to show me that was just a rare bad game for him. I already talked to him about it, so hopefully he understands this. Guerrero this time gives the ball away. But obviously different positions. Like Delaney gave the ball away like outside the center circle on our side of the pitch. Guerrero's giving the ball away basically in their box, so that's not as big of a deal. It looks like we might be going on another attack. Reyna picks up the ball. Falls to Moukoko. Through to Haaland. Haaland has a chance, but it's going to be a long shot. Oh, and it barely goes wide. Grazes the outside of the net. We need to make a couple more subs here. We've made 2 subs already with Cherki and Delaney coming in. Reyna's tired. I think we can give him a little standing ovations. Good job, Reyna. You're the man of the match. So good. Nico can come in, get a little bit more match sharpness as he's coming back from injury. I think that's a good 10 minutes for Nico is a good thing to do. I still think that Emre Can is my number 1 center mid off the bench if we need a difference maker off the bench. I think Emre Can is that guy. But Nico has developed a lot in the past couple of years. He's definitely a reliable backup off the bench. I just trust Chan a little bit more. But both, I think, I would be okay with having to start them. As Haaland scores again, Youssouf Moukoko with the assist. That's 5. That has done very well. This game has done very well for our goal difference. This could be huge. Like, if we can beat Barcelona at home, because the match we lost was at Barcelona. So if we can beat them at home and have this kind of goal difference against Leicester, that could give us a huge advantage in getting top of the group. I kind of fully expect we beat Rangers both times. So, especially if we can get some goal difference in those too. But Barcelona also can get some pretty good goal difference in those. Reyna just barely beats out Haaland. Haaland with the 2 goals. Reyna had a couple assists, I believe, and the goal. Everyone played. Delaney, in those 10 minutes, even played well. Impressive. Literally, Cherki is the only one that is a sub or started the match that wasn't on a 7 or above. And Nico, but he didn't play enough to get a rating. So, can't really say anything bad about that. But Cherki got a yellow in that time as well. But we just absolutely dominated Leicester. 4 shots to 1 on target for them. I mean, we did really well. 7 shots on target in 5 goals. Our conversion was very good this game. Both midfielders played well. Bellingham, Reyna, Haaland played really well. And Petty getting his corner goal. Very happy with that. I'm very pleased with the result and your performance. A very good performance. Everything I wanted to see. A bounce back in the Champions League. Such a positive result must have gone down well with you. Will the players be getting a day off as a result? I don't always do this, but I think I will give the players a day off. They absolutely love it when it happens too. I think they deserve it. After that kind of performance, I think they deserve it. Rangers and Barcelona haven't played yet, but I'm pretty sure Barcelona's going to win that. Milan, actually, I was scared. Like, that was the only way this group could have been harder if we would have got Milan instead of Rangers, because they were the 3rd seed. So if we got Barcelona, Milan, and Leicester, I would have cried. But fortunately, we didn't. Fortunately, we got a pretty easy draw on Rangers, I would say. Oh, Sancho. 4 to 5 weeks. 4 to 5 weeks for Jadon Sancho. That is hard. 2 months, like a month to 2 months. Month and a half, maybe, for Jadon Sancho. Obviously, we've got plenty of players there. Cherky's played well. Not really that game, but for the most part, he's played well. And I mean, Demir's a decent player. So we've got options. We've got some youngsters that can play there too. Like specifically, Ahan Pelavan. Currently looks pretty good. 3-star current ability. I think that's a little bit... It flatters him a little bit. Does he have really good... Wow, he has a lot of good pros. Professional, technical, really improving, natural, fairly consistent. All the homegrowns. I don't know if those actually factor in for their ability, if they're homegrown and stuff. Probably not. I know consistency does. He's got a pretty good report here too, so yeah, I might give him a little bit more game time with Sancho out. Might come on the bench. Riesgard as well has grown very well. He's looking pretty dang good. His physicals are really good. He needs to work on that passing. I'm working on it right now, but that's the only thing holding him back. I still think he's an inverted winger, an inside forward probably, on the left-hand side. Zakaria Morset's done really well. He's up to 3-star ability. Again, he looks really good. Mentals are a little bit wishy-washy, but physicals are solid. 6'6" is just so nice. Jason Gao is another guy I wanted to point out. He's developed a lot. He's starting to look pretty decent. He's not developing as fast as he was earlier. He had positive arrows everywhere when I looked at him earlier, but really good defensive player. Is a fullback. Fortunately, I like to play our more attacking fullbacks on the left-hand side, but I can switch that up if I need to bring in Jason Gao. But the American, 4.5-star potential. I'm very excited about Jason Gao. We definitely need some depth at our fullback position. So to have Jason Gao here, I think is a good thing. Pino's up to 2.5 stars. All of our youngsters are developing. Bankovic up to 2.5 stars. His pace still needs to grow. If that gets up to 12, I'll be okay with that. Because he's 6'3". He's a big boy. His composure is a little bit worrying too, but Michael Fife up to 2.5 stars. There's our right back. Really good mentals, really good physicals. Really good physicals. Really good tackling. He's got good crossing too. Like, he looks really good. I really like Michael Fife. He might be getting some more game time over Mateo Mori. Because Mori doesn't have any potential. Fife is 4.5 stars. And he's only 17 years old. Eichinger, we already know, looks pretty good. His arrows are going down, but he still looks pretty good. Wonder Kid label. Francisco Fumo is growing a little bit too. He looks very good. So yeah, our future is very bright here at Borussia Dortmund. Borussia 2, there's not really a whole lot of strength here. Dario Sarmiento still has 5-star potential. Gomez plays a little bit for the first team, still looking very good. Enzo Mio, maybe a role player in the future. I'm not really sure about him, but some of the guys we have loaned out to Hatteran, I'm still looking to sell. Can you sell them while they're on loan? Can you accept a bid for them while they're on loan? That would be useful because I think I want to sell him as soon as possible, especially if he can play well while at Sevilla. Yeah, in terms of when it would come back, I planned on coming back for this Barcelona match. The home match should determine who's top of the group. I expect Barcelona to beat Rangers both times. They could struggle against Leicester away from home. We didn't, but well, we had them at home, but they could struggle away from home. So that's possible points they could lose. But I still feel like it's going to come down to us or Barcelona for top of the group, and this match will probably determine it. I mean, we'd still need to beat Leicester, but we could, with a win, we can guarantee ourselves top of the group if we have a good result here against Barcelona and keep up a good goal difference against Rangers. So I'll see you next time for Barcelona. We'll play about a month and a half, 2 months almost. So that's going to be the end of the episode, though. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.